Morning everybody, Troy from a very cold do-it-yourself world in the off-grid project. I don't know if you can see all that, but there is frost on the land. Actually, last night and around 8 o'clock it was already 32 degrees. It was 27 this morning out here. And there was frost all over the land by 10:30, 11 o'clock last night. It is cold out there. Everything is dead. All sadness and death out there. And we'll go and look in the greenhouse later for comparison. It's such a happy thing to have some life going on somewhere in the middle of this dying off. Well, it was a heavy frost. It's all done. Oh, that burst open. Look at that, guys. This plant burst open. The moisture inside it froze and it burst open entirely. Look at that. These plants are done. They're done. Oh, they were pretty for a while. There's ice on everything. Actually, the ice is pretty. There is beauty in winter. There's a lot of beauty in winter. The garden is sparkling and glittering. That is truly the end of our garden this year. That is the end of the life in the garden. And now we'll go out and hopefully you guys will understand why I was so desperate to get the greenhouse up before this day came. It is 40 in the greenhouse, although I can see my breath. It certainly is not frozen. That's a good thing. The windows are all fogged up in a bad way, but that's to be expected. Probably even ice. Let me see. Is that icy windows or not? No? Just fogged up. Not even frozen, so that's a good thing. So 40 degrees and everything is alive and well. Of course it's going to get colder out. Colder and colder and colder, so I'm going to need the heat going in here really soon. But at least everything is alive, and here is why I was so desperate. Outside is all dead, and here we have living flowers in color, and the lavender is still pretty. See, there's flowers in the lavender, still going nicely. It'll probably keep going all winter. And we have the lantana going nicely. And here we have life, and outside is all dead. And we have food. So that's what it's all about, everybody. That's why. Now you can see the water tank and the framing in good light. Now, again, I put these boards flat so I could nail in very well to these boards and get a good, firm grip on them. And then, of course, that way I could screw this board to the pallet underneath and also distribute the weight across that pallet nicely. And that was the reason I did that. And then, of course, up here again, this board is firmly nailed into all these very securely. And then it gives a nice distributed foundation for all the weight of the pallet to rest on. So that was the reason for why I had these turned outwards like that. Okay, I'm not an expert carpenter. I just thought that would be a better way to do it. And it's strong. Now the tank has settled in and pushed out. You can see a little bulge here. Maybe I might put a cross piece in here one day. The tank has settled against the front cross member nicely, like I thought it would. And that's very nice. That's good. I think we're going to be okay. Today we're going to put some gravel in the bottom and some sand to simulate the natural environment of the fish that are going to be in here. And that way they can nest in the spring and breed, which is a necessity if you want to have your fish to continue on and repopulate. And then we'll get some more water in here, and there it'll be. Then of course I'll need the grow beds. So over here, the 4 barrels I'll have to set up, but that'll take time. I'm not stressed about that. Now that I have this established and I have the water to use as a thermal mass in the greenhouse, I can settle down and relax a little bit more now. That was an urgent thing for me, to get the thermal mass in here to help retain the heat during the night. Hey everybody, I cleaned up the greenhouse floor. I'm going to go get a load of mulch because the dust is horrendous in here from the dry floor and me working in here. And it's getting on the plants and it's getting on everything. So I'm just going to put a load of mulch down on the floor and distribute it to stop the dust, because it's terrible. We've got a few more comments from the pet store, and I've got a little solar fountain pump in there to try to provide a little bit of oxygen, although it's weak. It's not very strong. But anyway, those are going to go into here, and I've got some rocks in there. I'm just letting the dirt settle for now. And then we'll put some sand in the bottom as well. And the idea here is to give them a, well, we're also considering bluegill as well later on. The idea is to give the fish a more natural environment to cause them to want to breed. So that's the beginning of how I set up fish tanks. Anyway, it's almost lunchtime, so I'm gonna go get ready for lunch, and then we'll be bringing in the mulch, and then finish working on this, get the sand in there and get it all ready. Hey everybody, I just got back with a load of mulch. The dust in here is horrendous and I've got to get it down. It's really out of control. So I just want to basically spread it around the floor, keep the dust down, and hopefully I have enough mulch left over for some of the trees we've got around here afterwards. Well, I've got plenty of mulch over in the pile, but I hope I got enough in the truck for both jobs. So eventually I want to put gravel down in here, but I can't afford it right now. Nor can I even get it here, really. It wouldn't be worth getting this little pickup truck full of gravel for the price they would charge and the distance it is to haul it. So I basically just want to get the ground covered, the dust down, never thought I'd be mulching my greenhouse floor, but then again, never considered how dry and dusty it was going to be. For the plant's health, I need to do this as well as for my health. I'll get it in there and then I'll spread it better. Because I've got to get it around and under the things. Pretty much cover the floor. It'll be so much better in here then. Healthier. After working in here all day the other day, I had trouble breathing all night from the dust. Didn't realize how bad it was until that night. Won't take too much. I just got to cover the ground basically. It doesn't have to be even deep or anything. Just keep the dust down. Yeah, I should have enough for a few plants in here when I'm done. A couple of the trees in the yard. I need to mulch the trees before the deep freeze comes as well. Protect them from harm. Give them some nutrients for the spring. Let that all break down through the winter months and give them some good nutrients for spring. Alright, I'm going to spread that out inside there a little bit and see what we have. Hey everybody, once again the barnwood pile pays off. Do this side. I am building a frame to set up that shelving unit on, which is my old greenhouse frame. Is now going to be a raised shelf over the lettuce box. And then I can put another lettuce box in for more vegetables, or raised box I should say. Now this is more than an inch and a half, so my saw doesn't go through it quite well. It's old wood. Sort of racing against time, so because it looks like it's going to rain, although it's not supposed to. You just can't trust the Weather Channel. Okay, now I'm using all old barnwood, so I'm recycling as I go, taking out nails as needed. There's a lot of nails in some of these. All the 2x6s that I used are loaded with nails heavily. Now a lot of you will be pleased to know I'm saving all these nails in the can. That's because there's a lot. And nails are a resource, actually, for a homestead, even used. One day they might save me. Never know. If scrap metal ever goes up, one day they might be useful for something. Might have some money value, if